What's up guys, Jordan here. Today I'm going to be talking about how to build a team for your business or your digital marketing agency. And I'm joined by Joe today. Joe's the new Director of Operations for the Affluent Agency. But before we get into the video, make sure you're subscribed with your notification bell turned on. And let's get started with the video. Okay, so as I said, we're joined by Joe High today. Joe is the new Director of Operations for the Affluent Agency, which is really exciting. You guys will probably already know Joe's face. Joe is one of our Affluent award-winning members, and I've just brought him into my business. I'm going to explain why we've done that and the plans for the agency going on. I'm also going to talk about when you should start thinking about building a team for your own business and how you can do that as well. What you should actually look out for in people. Now, Joe, do you want to just quickly touch on how you actually met me in the first place? About 2 years ago now, when I literally first launched my business.
Yeah, absolutely. So it was one of your first YouTube adverts, by the way, wasn't it? So I had just finished a career in Team GB, skiing professionally, and the reason I quit that is because I got injured and I needed to move on to something new, and business was the next best thing, and it was what I wanted to do after skiing. So when I saw Jordan's YouTube advert, I saw an opportunity, and that opportunity was to go and help you create videos, create better content for your YouTube channel, because your intro was absolutely shocking, if you don't mind me saying.
It wasn't the best.
So I shooted you a message over, didn't I? And then we met up in Norwich, did some filming together, and then and what was the deal that we had?
So Joe said, look, I want to make this YouTube intro for you, but instead of you paying me, I want to get access to the social media marketing school. So he said, look, I want to start my own agency. Now, to cut a really long story short, because that's not what this video is about, Joe joined the social media marketing school. He's been an incredibly beneficial member of the community. He's built one of the most successful agencies in the community, Hold the Frame, which is profiting 6 figures. Yeah, still is profiting 6 figures. And I'm going to talk about how that now works with us. But I recognised that I was getting to this point in my agency towards the end of this year where I'm in the business of teaching people entrepreneurship, and so the majority of people in my team are contractors, and proudly contractors. They own their own business, and my ads team are contractors as well. They own their own marketing company over in the Philippines. But there comes this point that when you actually want to build a more tangible, scalable business, you need people who are actually fully in on your business, just working completely on your business. And so there comes a point where you don't really want to work with contractors so much. Now, I can't expect my guys over in the Philippines to just quit what they're doing and come work with me, because it's going to be a difficult relationship with them being in the Philippines and me wanting to be so involved in my client relationship. So I saw Joe doing such an incredible job in his own agency, and I'm thinking, okay, this guy's going to scale up, Hold the Frame to high levels. And one thing I did say, if you don't mind me saying, is I did see that Joe is such an analytical. Joe just posts in our Facebook group all the time, getting incredible results for his clients. It was only the other day he was showing me 20 times return on investment for one of his new e-commerce clients, which is incredible. But Joe lacks. As a company, I saw Hold the Frame lacked strong branding, and I thought, okay, look, I have that vision. I'm a business development guy. Before I even started my business, it was always business development. It was always scaling. It was always team management. That's something that I've always had experience with, in branding and creativeness. And whilst you've got the video stuff, I've always been more of a I'd say more on the graphic design side of things. So I've understood branding on a different level, and I thought, look, here's somebody who I know is going to do incredibly well, who's already doing incredibly well. I know if I want to take my agency to the next level, I need somebody in my team who's going to have that same motivation to scale my business as me. So I thought the only way I can actually do this is bring somebody in, and not just bring them in as an employee. Joe, if I'd said to Joe, I want to pay you like $5,000 a month to join the company, he would have told me where to go. But I said, Joe, look, I want to bring you on the company as a director, as a shareholder in our company, and we'll go through a transition period where we'll merge and we'll work out, we'll trim the fat, as I said in my last video, about looking at what employees are pulling their weight, looking at what contractors are pulling their weight, look at the overall cost of your business and what you need to streamline and to be more efficient. And so Joe is now going to be the Director of Operations. He's going to be in control of all of the fulfillment aspect of our business. So I will always focus on being a managing director, as say. I'm going to be growing the business, developing the business, building the brand, building relationships, signing new business. And Joe is going to be in control of managing the team who are responsible for fulfilling this stuff. Because I'll put my hands up in the air. I'm damn good at marketing, but Joe's better than I am. And so you've just got this raw talent to look at figures and
I love the numbers.
Yeah.
That's the thing with me, and everybody's different. And for example, you, Jordan, you are very much a CEO, which is why you are in the position that you're in today. But because of my love for numbers, it seems like that we're going to complement each other very, very well.
Yeah.
So it's exciting.
I agree, and so I don't want to go too much into kind of the inner mechanics of, because we're still very much working this stuff out. This is all going to be about a big learning curve. Joe's got his own team, I've got my own team, and we're really kind of just working out at the moment, as why we're meeting up today, working out the mechanics of where do they fit in with each other, who are the most valuable members of the team, and who do we want to carry forward, who is affluent, who is a true affluent person, somebody who actually shares the same brand vision as us, and how are we actually going to merge them teams and merge the clients. So that's something we're working out, which is going to be it's going to be interesting to say the least. But that transition period, I imagine, will take anything up to a month. Hold the Frame is now essentially closed for business, and everything is now coming through the Affluent Agency. You can apply if you're watching this, you're a business owner and you're an e-commerce business owner or info product business owner. You can go into the link in this bio. You can send an application in to work with us. We're only looking to take on 2 new clients in early 2020 because we want to absolutely nail this. No startups whatsoever, though. We want established businesses only. So it's going to be really interesting to see how that transition period is going to go, and I'm really excited to have somebody who shares the same vision as me and who shares the same motivations as me. I know that when I'm sleeping or when I'm busy doing something in the academy, Joe is going to be making sure that agency is always scaling, and that's something that I won't have to do, and he can manage the team, so I can just focus on developing the brand further. Now, one thing which I think is really important, one of the biggest things, my biggest takeaways from working with Joe, and one of the reasons I wanted to bring a shareholder into my business, and one of probably the biggest mistakes that I made when I first started hiring for my company is trying to employ people who were the same as me, and trying to hire contractors who are the same as me. And me and Joe get on a friendship level, but we're very different people as business owners. I think the way our businesses are run is very different, and that's why I think it works, because you need to work with people who can do things that you can't do. I don't enjoy running ads. I'll hold my hands up in the air. I don't enjoy running ads. That's why I outsourced it as quickly as I possibly could. But you actually enjoy that stuff.
Absolutely love running ads. Absolutely love the numbers. But I'll tell you what, I'll hold my hands up and say that I tried to grow a personal brand at one point, and it completely failed because I don't have the vigilance and I don't have the enjoyment of building a personal brand that it takes to sit down every week, create a YouTube video. That's just not my specialty. That's not my forte, essentially. I'm much more comfortable behind the desk, looking at the numbers, and also managing a team as well. Looking after salespeople, helping motivate people, all those kinds of things as well. So it's
good. Well, I'm happy being the Steve Jobs and you being the Steve Wozniak. So that's how this is going to work. And guys, so if you've got an agency of your own, what I don't want you to think right now is, okay, the only way you can build a successful agency is by bringing somebody in to be a director or a shareholder in your business, because that's not absolutely correct. I earn multiple 6 figures within my agency with a contracted team, but I have much bigger visions. We've been talking, we've made some goals, and I'm not going to name the date, but we've put a date in sight that we want, or we need, to be making at least £100,000 a month profit in our agency in 2020. And so that's what we're working towards. And some people do not share that same aspiration. Some people are very happy staying at 10,000, 20,000 a month, which is incredible. That's an incredible lifestyle, but I think we both share this mutual vision for something much greater than we have right now. And so to do that, you need 2 minds, and you can't possibly pay somebody as an employee to be as dedicated and motivated as growing your business as you are if they're not cut in on that percentage. And I think that's the only way to do that. But if you're looking to build your agency, you're looking to scale it, I would recommend to anybody, I get asked this all the time, well, Jordan, when is the point that you should start hiring? I think about, I don't know when you did this, but for me, it was like when I had my 3rd client, I outsourced content writing and scheduling. So I had that outsourced to a team member, and then it was about the 5th or the 6th client, I then started to outsource my ads so I could focus on sales. So that's what I'd recommend to anybody else. I don't know when you started.
Yeah, so it's a relatively similar story to me, but because of our strengths differ, I actually did it the opposite way around. So I actually consistently kept the ads under my control. I had somebody that was working in my office that I was looking after vigilantly to make sure that they were running my ads properly. properly for me. But my weaknesses, initially when I first started out, and why this is such a compliment to everybody who's watching this video at the moment, it doesn't matter who you are, what specialties you have, you can always outsource your weakest areas.
Yep.
So for example, I decided to outsource salespeople immediately because that was my weakest possible
Do you
area.
mind mentioning what you were doing with your salespeople? You were doing what kind of percentage you were offering them?
Yeah, so we do a 25% commission on
So
salespeople.
25% commission off service charges. That's a monthly reoccurring commission for Joe's salespeople,
Yeah.
which is very good, and that's something that you all should strive towards. That. So that's very good. Somebody as a salesperson, if they've got talent for sale, getting 25%. If you're signing up a client for £2,000, that's £500 a month recurring income just from that one client as being a salesperson. Yeah. So incredibly good deal. In regards to ads is something which is a more valuable service. So I mean, I found from experience when I first started out, I started outsourcing into the Philippines, and so I had about 6 clients to give, as I said. So I was actually, I think it was like almost £2,000 to start off with. It was around $250, $300 per client. But I found that over time, for me to get really high quality work, it had to be more incentivized. So I actually started giving away 50% of some of my retainers to ensure that I was getting a high quality job done. So if you're looking to outsource your ads, be prepared to give away up to 50% of your service charge if you want a really high standard done, because your team have to be motivated to get exceptional results for your clients. What you've got to remember is nobody cares about your clients as much as you do, and that's why with Joe, because he's a shareholder in my business, he has to care about my clients, because if he doesn't, then he loses money as well, because he only gets paid when I get paid. So that's how it works. And so I wanted to make this video first of all because so many of you have asked the question, why is Joe's face on the Affluent website? What is the relationship? So Joe's going to be literally directing the operations of the company from now on. We're going to be doing some really exciting stuff with the agency. Hopefully we're going to be traveling the world, meeting with clients, recording videos for YouTube. We're going to be filming that whole thing, going through the process, and yeah, Joe's going to be involved a lot more with the Affluent brand, and he's really just going to be driving the business forward, and that's what I want to see really from Joe, and likewise to me. But I see, and what I'm excited about now is the fact that there's somebody else who can drive my business forward when I'm focusing on other things, when I'm focusing on maybe managing the academy or whatever I may be doing at that time. There's always going to be somebody else who's pushing that business forward, and likewise, same for Joe. So
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know if you've got anything else to add.
No, that's all good for me.
No, okay, cool. So guys, I'll probably, if you like this kind of content, this more transparent content with what I'm doing in my business, please do let me know, or our business, let me know in the description, in the comment section, because I'm going to be doing a lot more agency related content, showing you the inner workings of the agency, maybe we can talk more about how we actually decided to merge our team. We can talk more about that, even though there's quite some good confidential information in there. But we can get that done because I think that'll be valuable content for all of you guys. And yeah, you're going to be seeing Joe's face a lot more on this channel in the future. And if you have any questions at all, as always, you can reach out to me on social media, Instagram, YouTube, comments, whatever, and share this video with someone who you think will get value from it. I'll be back again with another video next week.
Thanks for watching.